All right, we are live. Give me just a moment and we'll get started. I got to do a couple of things on here real quick. Won't let me do it beforehand for some reason. So this isn't going to be our typical live stream. We're not really listening to music. We can chat, but today I want to where in the world? There we go. I want to talk about an album. So I might listen to it after this. I might log off after the review and then listen to it. We might do that. Yeah, we might be able to do that. Let me know, guys. Good grief. Did y'all hear that? Twice. I fudged that. But let me know if y'all want to check something like that out. If you're interested in me logging off and logging back on to do music for it, I will happily do that. Daryl Axe, yo from Philly, what's good, my dude? How you doing, man? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart this Mamma Jamma, and then we will get this party started. Let's see. Why in the world am I having so many problems with this today? This is crazy. All right, there we go. Got it. So what's going down in Philly right now? You guys ready for Christmas? Or does anybody even care about Christmas anymore? I know I do. I got kids, man. Christmas is a good time for us. Everybody see that Mike Park interview I did? Shout out Mike Park for being a rad dude. That guy's super nice. If you're if you're watching this, please like the stream, like the video, whatever it is we're doing. Give it a like, a comment. That stuff really helps a lot. We're trying to get to 10,000. We're almost there. I honestly can't really believe it. All right. I'm going to look at my notes in a minute because I wrote down a bunch of notes on this record. But let me talk about it real quick, and then we'll get started on the review. If you guys want, we will log off, log back on, and then listen to the record. I just don't want to get a copyright claim on my review. It really drives me nuts. So Dan Moody, who does this, if your kids are grown, Christmas is probably pretty boring, I would imagine. I totally understand that. He does Street Rats Records. Let me be very clear. It's Street Rats Records. I can't talk today. Anyways, he reached out and was like, "Hey man, you ever heard of Main Street Saints?" Main Street Saints, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what's up?" And he's like, "I'm putting their record out. I'm re-releasing their OG album. I think it's from like '96, maybe." Ooh, I should have looked this up before I got on here and started talking. I think it's from '96. Oh, come on. I should have just looked this up on Discogs real quick. So 1 second. Anyways, this album came out in the '90s on CD only. I am pretty sure. And so he was like, "I'm doing it on vinyl." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Any chance you'd want to review it?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, dude!" And so he sent it to me. Right now, it came in recently. I've actually had it for like a week or two. When I do a review, I like to take my time on it, and so I spent a little time listening to it and writing notes down before I wanted to get on here and talk about it. Today's a great day because it's Christmas Eve. Most people are just chilling anyways. Came in beautiful, beautiful jacket. This one's on old school black vinyl. I imagine he's got some color options out there if you want to buy one from him. And if you do, please support this dude. As a matter of fact, before it's all said and done, I will link link to where you can go buy this stuff from him. But yeah, Main Street Saints. The album's called "Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven, but Nobody Wants to Die to Get There," or something like that. Hold on, I think it's okay. "Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven" is what's on the front of it, right? And then I just saw the other day that "But Nobody Wants to Die" is on the back. So I think it's just called "Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven." But I haven't heard this album a lot. This is a very regional band. They have a song called. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained right now. My ADHD is kicking in really hard today. I apologize. What is it? Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. So they're like a regional punk band. bunch of skinhead cats, it looks like, at least based on their lyrical content. And I listened to it a couple of times on my stereo at very high volumes. Sorry, my beard is acting crazy too. Dude, my ADHD is rocking and rolling today. I am so sorry. I don't medicate for it because I don't like taking pills. So every now and then it just overwhelms me and just kicks me in the face. So my apologies. I hope it's not bothering you too much. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Let's talk about the record for a minute. Oh man, I can't focus right now. Like I said, it's regional from Kansas City, Missouri, unless they're just writing songs about Kansas City on their album. I guess they could be doing that. Mid-90s punk band, got a CD release, never got an LP release. Very unfortunate in my opinion. First things first about the record, the actual piece of vinyl, right? Looks good, sounds good, excellent presentation. It even came with this like piece of art. I don't really know what this is. Maybe it's the stuff from the liner notes of the CD just put on a size that would go into it. It's a jacket for the disc, but it's a little larger than the actual like LP jacket. While I don't have a problem with that, it makes it easy to get damaged, so you gotta be careful with it. But it's got a real nice matte finish. You get to see all this old school art. This is very much the art of my generation. This is so dope. I really, really like this a lot. I'm assuming that's what this is. This is the artwork from the CD or something, but like I said, man, very beautiful artwork. I think the original art is a different color on the CD, if I'm not mistaken. It's got... I keep doing this to myself. I'm so sorry. I think it's 17 tracks. Let me pull it up on here real fast. It'll be easier this way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 17 songs and 48 minutes. That's actually it is what's in the CD liner notes. Okay, awesome. That's what I thought. I have these notes written down and none of it addressed any of that. I'm so sorry. I did listen to it in depth multiple times to do a review. So we're going to talk about the actual album. I'm just going to read straight from my phone. That way I don't trip over my words a whole bunch again. I'm so sorry, guys. So this is just what I wrote down while I was listening to the record, okay? Incredibly long intro, Saint song. Had me a bit confused. Though it was good music, just had me a little confused is all. I liked some of the musicianship in the intro. Started off the record being a bit more interesting than I expected. There's a song called Johnny Bomb. It's very early Bouncing Souls, and that's a good thing in my opinion. I really like the Bouncing Souls, specifically early stuff. What's up, Julie? Anthemic punk song Glory is a great track. That one comes up next. This is all my first listen, by the way, so I'm catching as many lyrics as I can. Clockwork Tim starts with the obligatory Of the Time woman singing in a cappella. Not sure what the song is. I've heard it a few times, but it's very Dropkick Murphys. Like, you could tell what kind of music these dudes listen to. Very catchy melodic punk rock song that I do enjoy. Speaking of Clockwork Tim. Main Street has an incredibly catchy chorus that I'll be singing along to in no time. That's accurate, man. There's a lot of like really catchy hooks in this album. This album is a product of its time, though. We'll get to that more in a little bit in a few more minutes. This reminds me of so many albums I cut my punk rock teeth on back in the 90s and early 2000s. I hear a lot of rancid Let's Go in this record. Lots of swinging utters, too. Yeah, I'm glad I wrote that down, because that's yes. A lot of early Dropkick Murphys. The only thing I'm wishing there were some more gang vocals. There are very little up to this point. Vocal melodies and guitar lead work. Otherwise, it's a great stripped-down punk rock record. Very nostalgic. And then there's a song called 13. It's a song about a young drug-addicted girl. A sad story, but it's a great song. These guys can tell a story for sure. Bar Song is evidence of their love for all things Dropkick Murphys. Pints of beer and blue-collar living. This song, they finally give me some gang vocals and a bit of guitar lead. Finally. And I love it. I like reading my notes back. It's kind of funny because you can just go on the journey with me as I'm listening to this record. And that's the end of the side A. And we flip it over to side B and I put down, there's a song called Sylvest. I guess it's just Sylvest. Make sure I wrote that down right. Hold on. If you ever get the chance, check out a punk band out called Spiders. I mean, send me a link, dude, to my IG or whatever. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to almost anything once. Yeah, it is called Sylvest. Sorry, I was making sure it's a weird word. Sylvest. It's a back and forth vocal affair that tells a story. I very much enjoy that song. 16 Tons is a meaner song, pissed about the misfortunes of a company man's life of mediocrity. Sounds a bit inspired by Motorhead even. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just the sense that I got off that track. I listened to this again right before I did this review, and I think I liked it more even the third time. It's the third time I listened to it like in its entirety. This is more than a surface level oi record in my opinion. This band sound more like early Bouncing Souls, Rancid Let's Go, and Swingin' Utters than what I think of as oi. I guess it blends all of that stuff together pretty well. I certainly don't mean that as a negative, just a product of the late 90s melting pot of casualty style, street punk, epitaph fat bands like Rancid and Swingin' Utters, and popular oi bands of the time like Dropkick Murphys and Cockspar. Excellent amalgamation of sounds and moods. No sooner did I type this, did their song "Casey Belongs to Me" come on as the album starts to wrap up. It's the second to last track. Can you guess what this song is? It's their version of "England Belongs to Me" from the aforementioned Cockspar, my personal favorite oi band. Then the last song starts with a steel guitar type sound, maybe a slide, bluesy title track that starts with just an acoustic guitar and gruff, painful vocals. Yeah, man. Matt Day says, thanks for dropping so much content tonight. Dude, you're absolutely welcome, man. I drop multiple videos a day usually. I really enjoy doing this stuff, and at this point I'm basically full-time content creation. I do videos every day. Now, sometimes I do more than one. Sometimes I do, I'll just do a single video. It just depends on what the video was, how long it took. Lewis says, they reminded me of Punkorama bands, but I do enjoy them. Or Rockorama. What does that mean? Did you type that right? Did you mean Rockorama or did you mean Punkorama? Yeah, this album sounds to me like 1998 caught in like a time capsule. And I mean that like positively. Like to me it sounds like the second bouncing, like Maniacal Laughter style Bouncing Souls. It sounds like that era of Bouncing Souls with some early Swingin' Utters, early Rancid, Dropkick Murphys stuff. All these bands that I grew up listening to, that's what this band sounds like they listen to. I'd like to see if my buddy Chris Klink has heard them before. I bet he has. I'm sure he has. There's no way he hasn't heard this band. He probably has this record on CD. Actually, he doesn't really do CDs. So maybe I'll get him a copy of this. I'm sure he doesn't have this yet. Well, he might. I don't know. I'll ask. Cockspar is a great overlooked band. What? Based on what? Overlooked? Bro, you're tripping. Cockspar is massively popular. Wait, what? And you must live in a tiny little small town. I'm really surprised to hear you say that. I'm not trying to be rude either. That's shocking. As far as the best songs on the album, man, I've only listened to it a few times. I couldn't tell you. Let me pull up the list again one more time. Just shot you a message on IG. Bet I'll check it out, dude, for sure. Is it a band you were in or just a band you liked? Let's see. Obviously, the KC Belongs to Me is a fantastic cover track. Let's see. Johnny Bomb's a really good one. Glory was really good. Bar Song is really good. Sylvest is really good. 16 Tons was a really good, it really did feel kind of like Motorhead-esque. I really enjoyed that song. So those are probably the songs that I like the best off this album. But it's really a journey. You need to listen to the whole record. Like I wouldn't recommend just picking out songs from this album and maybe one or two and putting it on your like a playlist or whatever. But really, it's a musical journey. You want to listen to this album front to back. In my personal opinion, would you guys like me to do that? Would you want me to log back in with a black and white version of the thumbnail and do the music too? We can listen to the music and talk. I think at the end of the day, this record is really good. I urge you guys to go check out this label. Go check out this band if you haven't. If you're a fan of any of the bands that I've talked about in this review, please, please, please go check them out. They're on Spotify. As far as a rating on it, I'm going to give it like a subjective rating of probably 8.2 out of 10. Objective rating, I'm going to go like 7.5 out of 10. Slightly lower objectively. I like it better than I think that it actually is objectively. And I don't mean that in disrespectful manner. I think that people just look at things through a 2024 lens. And based on 2024, I just think that this is a album that might just kind of get lost in the mix. But I don't mean that with disrespect. I think this is a very, very good record. And 7.5 is, 5 is my middle of the road. If anything above 5 is good to me. If I'll listen to anything that's 5, 5.2, all the way up to 10, right? So I'm saying that so that you understand that 7.5 to me is right in the middle of like good and perfect. So I think it's a very, very good grade. My personal grade, like I said, 8.2. Real good, man. I really think I'm going to put some time in on listening to this album. But yeah, so Lewis says Cox bars sell merch at UK punk festivals when they aren't even playing. That's how big they are. Yeah, they're not a overlooked band. That's a wild statement. But whatever though, listen to them. Glad you like them, Daryl. Christopher Music says I run a small label and it's something I think you dig. That's what's up. I'll check it out, man. What kind of music is it? I mean, I assume it's punk rock music, but you guys want me to start a new stream and we can listen to this album together? Let me know. I don't have a whole lot of time, so if we're going to do it, let's do it now. You met in Philly. Not many know of them, at least people I meet. That's crazy, dude. I guarantee you. I was just in Pittsburgh, and I can tell you right now, there's a shitload of people in Philly that know. Oh, it's French Oi post-punk. Okay, so stuff that yeah, okay, you're right. I'll probably dig it. I'm releasing albums into that subgenre, so yeah, you're probably right. Sylvest is a 90s classic. Interesting. I had never heard this band like deep. I knew who they were. Like I knew they were a band. When he asked me if I had heard them, I said yes, but I wasn't like a fan. I didn't know their music to a very. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that they had a 90s like underground classic or anything. That's cool. I was not aware this has been reissued. Yeah, dude, it's just been done like a couple months ago. Maybe not even that long ago. But here, I'll tell you what. Icy Bird, what's up? I'll tell you what. If you guys will just be patient, give me like 2 minutes. I'll stop this. I'll re-hit record, and we'll listen to this album together if that's what y'all want to do. Are you into that? I know a couple of you guys are. I'll tell you what, we're just going to do that. So give me a second. I'm going to re-log on, and we're going to listen to this album together, and we'll talk about it.